Welcome to the Rich Flow of Life podcast. Join Valerie Kanay, the award-winning authority author, as she takes you on a journey for your personal evolution. Valerie Kanay talks to enlightened featured guests who hold the keys to unlock your unique life situation. They each bring to the table their very powerful personal spin to inspire and empower you to learn to step up your game into the rich flow of life.
Well, hello everybody, I'm Valerie Kanay, and today our featured guest is Dihessa Bodjona, a native Togo, West African. Dihessa is a free, lovely spirit. She's a lover of humanity. So let me tell you more about this entrepreneur. She is the CEO of Hessaweb and the founder of Biz, a Love Story. Oh my goodness. Dihessa is such a lovely, spectacular human being in every way. She is so soulful. She's highly intuitive, and she's an online business coach. And now check this out, folks. Let me tell you. She's been featured for her very awesome works in the Huffington Post and also featured in Body and Brain. And there's so much more coming up surrounding her, and we're going to stay tuned and find out all about that. But on today's program, we're going to be talking to her about using your energy for the most in your business growth, And she's out of this world with her energy balls thing, which is how I met her on the internet. And we're going to be talking about business growth, and you can hear giggling in the background there. So welcome, Dihessa, to our program.
Hi, Valerie. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I can't wait to have fun with you.
Oh, my goodness. This is going to be so much fun because, Dihessa, just like you and I, we're entrepreneurs out here trying to do our thing. We're not trying, we're doing our thing, okay?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, we're doing our thing. And so we both believe that entrepreneurship is the greatest service that you can do for others. It's one of the most powerful ways that a person can develop for themselves, and also the personal development for just a whole community, humanity in general. So just expand on that a bit, will you?
Yes, I totally agree. And that's one of my strongest beliefs is that being of service to others is truly one of the most powerful ways that at least that I found for myself to grow as a human being, because it takes so much. Yeah, you and I, we know this.
It takes so much.
Yeah, it takes so much to be an entrepreneur. But in addition, or when we put aside all the things that we have to do on a daily basis, like to promote ourselves and to get our names out there and stuff like that. But the most important thing that we are doing is that we are being of service.
Yes.
To people that need us, right? And in the process, usually sometimes we get conflicts between us and the people we work with, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, and a strong belief of mine that whenever I have either a client or someone I'm working with, or even like somebody I am a client of and I'm working with them, interacting with them, they are always a reflection of what's happening inside of me.
Okay.
And so, yes. And so, like, if somebody is rude to me, I have to ask myself what's inside of me that's, bringing that into my life right now. And so by observing that, my interactions with my clients, and by observing my interaction with people I am clients of, my partners or whoever I'm in business with, by observing my interactions, I can see myself in every single person that I'm interacting with, and then watch myself and always see, okay, this is what's in me right now. What can I do to change that? How can I? Because everything always starts with me, no matter what. Whether it's awesome experience or whether it's like an awful experience, it's always starting with me. That's what I believe.
That's right. It starts with you, from what's going on inside. So I get you on that. So our energy is definitely related to the conditions in our bodies. That's what you're saying. And so we are experienced internally is what's going to be reflected externally.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, like, just being in service, the more people, the more people I interact with, the more I expand. That's how I feel. The more people, which means the more clients I get, the more I expand as a human being, the more I grow as a human being, So that's why, to me, business growth is really, it's sure, I want to make money. Sure, I want to have clients.
Right. We have to have money.
Yes, we have to have money. Money, it's good. It's a tool for us to expand ourselves more and more, right? So the more clients I get, right, the more I grow. And to me, actually, business, it's for sure money, but the ultimate one is to grow myself.
Gotcha. So I just want to know a little bit from your side. What gave you the notion, the love potion, to create such a wonderful concept of a love story, business, a love story? Tell me a bit about that. I love that. That's just phenomenal. That's just off the chain. Tell me. Talk to me.
Yeah, actually, that's been brewing in my head for a while before even I took action on it. And I read this book once. I don't know if you know her. Her name is Kate Northrup. The title of her book is Money, a Love Story. And it rang such a big bell. I'm like, oh my God, that's what business is to me. Business is a love story. Why? Because the more clients I have so much, each time I have a client, I open my heart. I can't even help it. Even when there is a challenge or friction or whatever sometimes, right? It's, again, like I said earlier, it's my way of seeing myself in other people. So the more I open myself up to my clients, to the people I work with, or to my partners, the more I open myself up to myself. And ultimately, this a love story, sure, it's a love for others, but ultimately it's like recovering myself, recovering my love for myself.
Gotcha.
Because when I open my heart more, the more I open my heart to myself, the more I accept everybody else in me. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, and I'm down with what you're saying, because when I created just this, like I said, I'm short of a year now with the rich flow of life. I decided one day that I wanted to be able to live in a rich flow of life the way I wanted to see the directive flow of my life work. And I said, you know what? I want to expand that even more. I don't want it just for me. I want it for everybody. So I know exactly where you're coming from with that. Yeah, it's such an expanded nature when you open your heart up and you work from that heart center, because it is not just only about yourself. It's about everybody that come in connectivity, everybody that doesn't come in connectivity. You just want to send that love out and brew it all over everywhere, just like a tidal wave, you just want that love. Yeah, you just want it out there. And that's called listening to your intuition. Really it is. That's your inner voice.
Yes.
And so exactly. Yeah, so go ahead, because I know you can kick off with this one. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I think I lost track. I totally agree with you, because ultimately I think that's what we're all looking for, to come back to ourselves, our true selves, to our intuition, to come back to, because we have so many boxes, things with preconceived ideas, because people say we should be this, we should be that, and we forget our own voice, So going back to our own voice, going back to our true self, I think ultimately, this is my belief, is that that's actually why we're here, to recover ourselves and to find ourselves again, our true selves. Yeah. Our true selves, beyond our preconceived ideas, beyond, what maybe society or what everybody says we should be, what's conceived as what we should be, but just be, just be.
Just be, because your intuition and your inner voice, like you told me, we talked, is far more powerful than any formula out there. And, people want to look for a direct way to do things. And like you said, that direct way is getting in touch with your inner self. And so, yeah. And so that's Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Because I'm just like you, I'm in the online world, and there is so many formulas out there. Some guru will come up and say, hey, if you follow this 5-step formula, then you can make money online. And sure, knowing strategies and knowing how things are working for other people out there, it's great. But I feel like so many people have lost touch with their own inner voice and their own creativity, We rely so much on what other people have created, and we just follow that. And we don't get in touch and, check with ourselves and see, oh my God, like how, what can I do? Like from our own intuition, like how can I create this? And I feel like leaders, like the biggest leaders, that's what they do. They listen to their own intuition and they listen to their own voice. And that's where they create from, right?
That is. Now,
Yeah.
Dihessa, I'm just wondering, how did you get so super smart in this sort of... Just answer the question now, don't play. How did you get so super smart in this kind of thing? Because, a lot of people, they won't dive into this topic of getting all into yourself. Some people might even say, oh, you're too into yourself or whatever. But you really have to tune in to who you truly are. In order to be self-fulfilled, in order to give your best out to other people, you really have to be in touch with who you truly are. How did you get so super smart in knowing that?
Wow, how did okay. All right. So to be honest, I had help. So for a long time, I myself felt very lost also. I was also following like the formulas out there and thinking, okay, everything is outside of me. How can I do this? Like if I find the next thing here, the next strategy, blah, 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 it'll work. And then as it so happened, I encountered my teacher, he's like my life mentor, you can say. His name is El Chile, El Chile, and he created this training. It's called Body and Brain, which is, we talked about that earlier. It's really like, he explains how everything starts with our body. Like if we want to tap into our intuition, we have to tap into our body. And it's also about our brain, right? So through the trainings that I did with Body and Brain, I slowly started not only awakening the energy in me and realizing that by actually connecting with the energy in my body, that's how I connect with my true self. Right? The language that our true self, to be really able to connect with our true self, is to connect through energy. That's the language that our true self, or what, I don't want to use the spirit or what, I don't like going into that, because it's words that are associated with, preconceived ideas, but I call it my true self, right?
Okay. So I like that, your true self. That's good. It just means you're authentic, who you truly are. We all have the core of being so pure. And, sometimes when I have lived in my lifetime and I looked at things that I thought were problems and I got to the root of the thing and I said, just go back to your true, purest self. Your purest self just can't have problems. That just doesn't exist. At the purest level of who you are as a human being, there's no way you could really have a problem.
Exactly.
Now, yeah, you can look at things in a problematic viewpoint if that's the way you choose to do it. But when work with people like ourselves, you come to find out that there's the truest nature of who you authentically are, and that is the purest part of anybody that can never be touched by any problem, any pain, any harm, anything negative. And you know what I'm talking about when I say that. Right.
Yes, I totally agree. And I feel like most of us these days, we have lost touch with that towards us. And that's the main issue. People think that the issue is that even I feel like all the problems that we may or may not have is totally connected with the fact either that we are, disconnected from that true self. Whether we are connected or disconnected, it shows up in our lives.
It shows up in our lives.
It shows up in our lives.
Yeah.
And in our businesses.
And in our business, because that's what we're talking about. So let's get back on that a little bit more, because we're talking about the phenomenal business growth that a person can have when they change the dynamics of their energy within themselves. So when you change the dynamics of how you're using your energy, expending your energy in your body, how does it reflect out into your business growth? How do you take them through the process of that with your company?
Oh, okay. So totally. So I've realized lately, I've been speaking with so many different entrepreneurs, and the biggest problem, especially online entrepreneurs, the biggest problem that I see with struggle that I see with entrepreneurs online, especially, is that we are going through this era where there's so much information that's being thrown at us, right? We can find so much information. How to do this, how to do that, Facebook ads, how to do YouTube, how to do this, and there's a lot that is being.
Oh, yes.
So we are really, literally overstimulating our mind, and which is really draining us from our creative energy. Because a lot of people don't actually really connect with this idea that the energy that we need to create the life that we have, it's all about focus, right? Is really inside of our body. So we have to have a way to actually focus our energy. And from the trainings that I've had, this is something that I share with a lot of my clients, and they actually get great results. You see people, they come to me like, I can't believe I just did this, and I got this that is just coming up my way, but they don't understand. They're like, how is this working?
You tapped into it.
You tapped into it. So first, we have to know the things that are working. We have to know the know-how, right? And many entrepreneurs, they know how, but because their energy is so either drained or scattered, right? Either they're taking action and they're not getting any results at all. Sometimes, a lot of the time, they're taking all different actions, but never finishing one like total action. That's a lack of focus, right?
That's right.
Or sometimes they are so totally drained and they just even can't take action. They know a lot of, like, if you ask them, they can tell you exactly how this can be done.
They're opposed.
But they are not able to actually make it materialize.
Because they haven't freed up that space in their mind. They haven't freed up that space in their heart. They haven't freed up that space, like we say, to the purest nature of who you are on the 0 point level, we call it. Yeah. You got to get back to point zero.
Oh, I like that.
Get back to that 0 point so that you can take on the things that you can use your powerful life source to create the life that you want to create in business and whatever department, you want to do it, whether it's personal, business, or, just any new creative project. You got to be able to tap into that 0 point again and make it all happen. So that's everything.
Yeah, to add one thing, not only just from the 0 point, 0 point is really a space where you can go and where like your creative power is really incredible because you are releasing yourself from all the limiting beliefs. But the one thing that most people and most entrepreneurs I see now is that even when you are at 0 point, you still need to take focused action. So there's this like energy condition in our body, right? When we have a warm lower abdomen, this is something that I actually learned from my body and brain trainings, right? And it's it's truly physical. When you have a warm lower abdomen and a cool head, that's an energy principle. That's when you are able to really focus your energy towards your goal. But most of us go around with really cold lower abdomen and hot head because energy is so up here because we absorb so much information that energy is up here and it drains our lower abdomen from the creative energy that we need, right? Yeah. And what the results of that is we feel very unfocused. We take actions, but we don't finish our actions. And even physically, you can feel the symptoms of that feeling of being scattered, like your hands can be cold a lot, or you can feel fatigued and tired all the time when you just take a small action. But there are easy ways. The good news is there are easy ways to really recover the creative energy condition in your body. And it's really just by accumulating energy in your lower abdomen and cooling your head. Woo. And I show a lot of exercises.
I know it. That's how I met you, Dihessa. I mean, you are no lightweight out here. You some heavy duty, powerful stuff. All this directing our energy for powerful creation of our goals and visions and dreams. Oh my goodness. And anyway, so, all these energy exercises that you can recommend and give out for people to have incredible business growth. Our program has now come to a very abrupt end. So I'm going to have you take this time. Take this last few seconds and tell folk where they can get your energy exercises for this incredible business growth. How they can hook in and get in touch with Dihessa.
Okay. All right. So if you're interested, you can come to Dihessa.com where I share all these principles and I share exercises to really recover your energy and really grow your creativity and expand your creative energy. And if there's anything else I can add is really, no matter what's happening, it's really always a reflection of what's going inside, whether you're, having business growth or lack of business growth or whatever, that not to necessary not to look outside of yourself, because we all have the power to create anything. It starts with our mind, and then it also starts with our focus of energy. So,
all right. Well, I've had such fun with you.
I've had so much fun.
Yeah, that is Dihessa, Dihessa.com. Biz, a love story. She is heavy duty. There's no lightweights in the house here today. But Valerie, Kanay, want to thank you so kindly. I want to send out so much love, joy, peace, harmony to you and everything that you do and produce. And I just want to let you know that I love you dearly, okay?
Oh, I love you, Valerie. Thank you for having me. And I'm so grateful that you had me here.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun.
I know it. All right, honey.
Bye so fast.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
You have been listening to the Rich Flow of Life podcast with host Valerie Kanay. We're most appreciative you took the time to be with us, and thank you. For more action, go subscribe to Valerie Kanay Talks YouTube channel and like us on Facebook at Valerie Kanay Talks and follow us on Twitter at Valerie Kanay. Until next time, we love ya.